One of the #1 pieces of feedback I get on pretty much every leg press review I do is it's not enough weight. 500 pounds, not enough weight. 600 pounds, not enough weight. Well, how about 1,500 pounds, Hercules? Is that enough weight? That's what we're looking at today. I'm here at the Fitness Factory in Forest Park, and it sounds like a factory, right? And we're looking at the SGLP 500 by Body Solid, their commercial leg press, and it's 1,500 pound capacity. Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel, everybody. My name is Tim. I'm the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, the website that I built to help ordinary folks like you and I build home and garage gyms that we absolutely love. And every once in a while, I like to look at things that ordinary folks would probably never need, but people who have strong legs might. And that is this leg press by Body Solid. Like I said in the intro, I get a lot of feedback when I review leg presses for the home. And leg presses are a huge category right now, right? Like everybody's coming out with the combination leg press, hack squat, compact leg press. You guys just saw me post a review on a compact leg press. And for most home and garage gyms, for normal human beings, that's fine. But there are a group of you out there who like to take every 45-pound plate in the gym and several of your friends and stack them all on top of the leg press to do your leg presses because, I don't know. Let me know in the comments why. Why do you guys do that? Because it's not a good workout. But for those of you who like to do that, or those of you who are extraordinarily strong and you really want to focus on building lower body strength, a leg press with a good capacity is going to be vital to your training. So I wanted to make sure and look at this. Like I said, I'm here at the Fitness Factory in Forest Park, Illinois. On my trip down here to see Body Solid, I wanted to shoot over to this store and take a look at this and really bring you something that I wouldn't normally show and something I would never buy for my own gym because I don't have horse legs. So as many of you have commented in the videos before, but I wanted to show you this because, like I said, it does have a really good weight capacity. And I want to show you guys something about some commercial gym equipment that sometimes home and garage level stuff is great, but sometimes you want to put commercial. Now, the first thing I'll tell you is that this has a commercial gym equipment price. This is almost a $3,000 piece of equipment. And in this video, I'm going to show you why it's almost $3,000. And one of the reasons is if you're going to be putting up 1,500 pounds, you don't want it to crush you. And there's some really good safety features in this, and there's some really good ergonomic issues on this that you don't see on a lot of leg presses that I really like about it. So let's look at this thing. There's a few things I like. There's a couple things that I wish were different, but mostly I kind of like it. So let's take a look at this top to bottom. First of all, this is a commercial leg press, and it's only a leg press. One of the ways that you get something to a good capacity is a specialized machine that does one thing. And I normally don't recommend machines that only do one thing for your garage gym, but when you want to get as good as possible, you want to do a specialized machine like this. And you can't do some of the things that I'm going to show you if you're also doing hack squats, if you're also doing a special calf raise attachment or something like that. So that's one nice thing about this is that it is dedicated just to being a leg press. So a couple things that make that nice and the features that you have on this that's going to allow you to do that. Number one, this has not only a very large foot plate, this foot plate allows you to work in several different foot angles and positions. And for those of you who are like, yeah, but hack squat, this plate's big enough to put your feet up at the top here and really focus on your quads only, which is really one of the benefits of doing a hack squat. So you can get a lot of the same muscle fatigue out of this as you could without having to convert it. The nice thing about not having to convert it is, like I said, this foot plate is really big. The other nice thing about this is that because you don't have to then put a pad on this to make it the hack squat, it's actually curved so that regardless of where your feet are, they're at a really good angle. So I really like the way that this is shaped. Another thing I really like about this is the single easiest to get in and out of leg press that I've tested. I don't have to step over stuff to get in. There's some room to actually get your feet in. And because it's not doubling again, the seat can just be a seat. There doesn't have to also be a platform down here to press off of for the hack squat. So having just the seat down here allows me to get in and out really nicely. The safeties are super, super heavy duty, which you're going to want if you're putting a ton of weight on this. And it slides in what are called linear bearings. So the linear bearings are one of the ways that this is going to hold a lot of weight. And what I noticed as I loaded plates on this is that most home leg press machines are going to have rods that once you get to 300 or 400 pounds, they start to bend and flex. I got to tell you, these things are rock solid. They are not moving at all. The linear bearings are going to hold a ton of weight. They're going to last a very, very long time. Keep them lubricated, and these things will last you a lifetime. Like all of Body Solid's commercial stuff, this has a lifetime warranty on it. So if you're going to spend that much, it should have a lifetime warranty. But that's the nice thing about this is that it does have a lifetime warranty. So I really like the way that it's built. The build quality of this thing is built like an absolute tank. You know, we talk a lot in the home gym community about 3x3 and 11 gauge. This thing blows all that stuff away. This is sturdier than any power rack you could buy. This thing is, like I said, built like a tank. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to bend. It's not going to flex. Couple of things that I do wish were a little bit different. So the safeties I talked about were nice. There are 2 positions on the safety. So you'll see in the overlaid video that you kind of have to start with bent. I would love to see one more safety position up top. Maybe it's because I'm tall, but I like to have my legs almost straight so that I can kind of unrack it from the safety and not have to move it a lot. Here you've got to do about a half rep to get it off the safety. So I do wish that there was a little bit more room at the top. I also wish this is not adjustable. So while the curve is great, I would love to see this be able to move. Now, the flip side of that is if this was adjustable, I don't know that it would have the weight capacity that it does. So there's a trade-off between capacity and adjustability. The other thing I would tell you is if you're pressing this much weight, you probably have pretty good ankle mobility anyway. If you don't have the ankle mobility to press that much weight, you probably shouldn't be doing that until you fix the ankle mobility. So it's kind of a give or take, but it is something that I could see if they could find a way to do it, to maybe have a position or two to address this. Now the seat is one of the things that I love. You've heard me recently on leg press reviews talk about that I don't necessarily recommend a leg press because it puts your back in a really bad position. A lot of these combo units with just 90-degree seats, or even the seats you can lean back, what happens is when you get way down within the range of the leg press, it kind of mushes you up in the seat, and your thighs are really kind of on either side of your chest. And if you look or you feel if you've been on one, your back just rounds, and it rounds under a lot of weight. That's not good for your back. So typically what I would recommend for anybody with lower back issues is that you not buy a leg press. With this, because the seat is in 3 parts and it's kind of curved, the way that the seat is designed, what I notice is even on depth, if I really held onto these handles and pulled myself in snugly, this thing doesn't make my lower back round near as much as some of the other units that you've seen me test lately. So another reason why, if you're going to be pressing this much weight, you want a seat that doesn't put your back in a compromised position. So I really like that. Now the seat is adjustable, unlike this, so there are some definite adjustments in this. So I think you could probably get away with just adjusting the seat if you want to be in different positions, fit different body types. Speaking of body types, there's plenty of depth to this. And one of the nice things that they've done is this will stop before it cuts your legs off. I've been in some leg presses lately where they go, oh, we want a ton of depth. And this plate goes all the way down to the seat, which is a problem if you can't complete a rep, you get stuck under the weight. That thing's coming all the way down and you're going to have a real bad day. Whereas this one does stop at a point where your feet could still be in here, again, because we don't have a giant plate like you see on a lot of the ones. You're not trapped in here where if this goes all the way to the stop, your legs have plenty of room to move. So as far as safety goes, it's another thing that's nice with this much weight capacity. So I do really like that. And it's still at a place, even though it stops and you've got plenty of room on either side of the seat, it is low enough to get good depth. You're not going to have to put extra pads on the seat. You're not going to have to do anything. Again, as you can see in the video, I get plenty of depth on this, and I don't think you would have an issue either. And then length is something I have an issue with. Pressing it all the way up didn't hit the end range there at all either. So as far as range goes, that's awesome. Within that range, the radial bearings, there's a plus and minus to those. Number one, they're loud. So that's the minus, and that's just the nature of the beast. There's no way to make them quiet. The more weight you put on this, the louder they're going to be. Trade-off for that is they're exceptionally smooth. So it's a nice smooth press. You're not going to feel any weird wobbling or lumps or anything like that. Some of the other roller systems you see out today, if there's a piece of dirt on the roller, you feel it roll over that and it kind of bumps and jumps and isn't smooth. This thing is buttery smooth. I really like how it moves, and the more weight you put on it, the smoother it gets. So I really do like that about it, but it is, like I said, it is a little bit loud. As far as the weight capacity goes, like I said, it will hold 1,500 pounds. However, the weight horns on this, you're never going to get there with bumpers or even these rubber grip plates. There's just not enough room. So just as a heads up, if you're buying this for the weight capacity, my recommendation is to go with a plate by a company called Weighted Out. They're super thin cast iron plates. You can fit as many of these. Those are going to be much less expensive. Your other option is calibrated metal plates, and those will work as well because they're very thin. However, they're extraordinarily expensive. So if you're just buying plates for a leg press like this, you'll spend more on plates than you will on the leg press. But with those weighted out plates, and oh, by the way, those are made here in Illinois, so I have a special place in my heart for those guys. Really great guy that owns the company, really doing cool things. If you're not familiar with Weighted Out, I'll put a link in the description below. But if you're buying a machine like this and you need to get that amount of weight on it, I would definitely recommend thinner plates because these weight horns aren't going to be long enough to support that much weight using, again, rubber grip plates or bumper plates. So that's something that I do wish was different, is maybe to put a second set of weight horns on here so that you could put it on and you could use the weights that you already have. That would be kind of a nice feature. For as much as this costs, it would be nice to see dual weight horns on either side. You see that in a lot of the leg presses you see in gyms. And then last thing that I really like, since I just put my hand up here and realized, I mentioned that getting in and out of this is easy. I don't have to step over things. This also has the best handle. It seems like a dumb thing, but one of the first things I noticed as I was using this and shooting the B-roll for this is this handle's awesome. So I really like being able to hold on. I'm kind of a klutz, so I can't tell you how many times I've tripped and fallen getting in and out of leg presses and other machines. The B-roll that I could show you, the outtakes, I was just telling one of the guys here at Body Solid that some of the outtakes of my videos are pretty comical, and a lot of those outtakes are me falling. So I won't do that on this because of this handle. Again, I really like that. I feel very safe on this, both getting in and out and also underweight. So that is this. There's not much else to tell you about a leg press. Like I said, if you are in the market for being able to put as much stress on your lower body as possible, a lot of bodybuilders love leg presses because you can get a lot of volume in. You know, trying to do that much weight with a barbell back squat, you're really going to mess up your shoulders and your spine and really fatigue yourself in a lot of ways. Where just going to a leg press, you're not gonna have that issue. So as you guys know, who are already looking at something like this, you know that, but that's the major benefit of this. And as far as leg presses that would fit in your gym, it's kind of big, but you would expect that. But overall, if you need this much weight, this is a great way to go. And again, I can't speak highly enough about Body Solid and their build quality. And if you want to get one, you can get one. I'll put a link below. You can get one shipped to your house. That is an affiliate link, so if you use those, I appreciate it. However, if you live near a fitness factory, and like I said, you can hear in the background, this is definitely a factory, you can definitely shoot out. They've got a ton of stuff on display here, as you can see in the background, tons of machines and tons of things to try, and there's nothing better when you're outfitting your gym. Honestly, guys, I'll give up the little bit of affiliate commission I get to have you guys have a better experience and actually go into a store. It's just, even if it's an hour away, an hour and a half away, make the drive and go. There's just not, especially if you like this gear, it's really fun to come to a store like this where you can try everything out. You'll really see some details you don't see online. Even the best reviewer in the world is going to miss a lot of things that you would look at. So make sure to stop by a fitness factory if you can. Otherwise, like I said, that affiliate link's below, and I'll like you just a little bit more if you use it, I promise. And outside of that, that's all I've got for now. If you've watched the video till now and you haven't liked and subscribed, please hit those buttons. And if you didn't like the video, then don't hit those buttons, but thanks for watching this long. And until the next review, I'm Tim with GymCrafter.